He smiled every single day, even when his stomach was empty, even when no one noticed him. But one stranger asked a simple question, and everything collapsed. Every morning at exactly 6:40 a.m., before the city fully woke up, he sat on the same cold bench outside the subway station. The bench was old, paint peeling, metal cracked by years of winter, but it was familiar, and familiarity felt safer than hope. Same faded jacket, once black, now gray. Same worn shoes with thin soles. Same quiet, trained smile. A smile learned slowly. A smile shaped by loss. People rushed past him holding coffee cups, phones, briefcases. Some complained about small problems. Some laughed loudly. He listened silently. Because once you lose everything, other people's worries feel distant. Some glanced at him for a second, long enough to feel uncomfortable, short enough to forget him. Most didn't look at all. He wasn't begging, he wasn't shouting. He just sat there, smiling. And that smile made people uneasy, because smiles are not supposed to belong to people who have nothing. When he was a child, his mother used to sit beside his bed at night. She brushed his hair back and whispered, "Smile, so the world doesn't see your pain." She wasn't teaching happiness, she was teaching survival. She died when he was 16. No goodbye, no warning. One moment she was there. The next moment, silence. Bills replaced school books. Loneliness replaced laughter. Since then, the smile stayed. Everything else disappeared. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. He learned which footsteps meant kindness and which meant silence. Coins sometimes fell near his feet. Sometimes insults did, and still, he smiled. Because smiling was cheaper than explaining pain. One rainy evening, the sky cracked open. People walked faster. Umbrellas collided. No one stopped, except one woman. She didn't rush, didn't look away. She simply stood there. Then she asked softly, "Who taught you to smile like that?" The question hit him harder than hunger. His smile froze, his hands trembled. For the first time in years, his eyes filled with tears. "My mother," he whispered. The woman sat beside him, ignoring the rain. "What happened to her?" she asked. He looked down and said quietly, "She told me to be strong. Then she left forever." Silence. Cars passed. Rain fell harder. The world kept moving, but something inside him finally stopped running. The woman pulled a sandwich from her bag and placed it beside him. He didn't touch it. Instead, he asked, "Why are you talking to me?" She smiled gently and said, "Because I once sat on a bench like this." She told him her story, how she lost everything, how one stranger stopped long enough to listen. Then she said words he would never forget. Sometimes people don't need help, they need to be seen. That night, she didn't just give him food. She gave him a phone number, a job lead, a chance. Not pity, possibility. Weeks later, the bench was empty. Same street. Same rush. Across the road, inside a small cafe, a young man stood behind the counter. Same eyes, same face. Different life. A customer said, "Good morning." He replied, "Good morning," and smiled.
This time, the smile was real.
Ending message. You never know what someone is carrying. The quiet ones, the smiling ones, the forgotten ones. Be kind. Your words might be someone's turning point. If this story touched your heart, subscribe and share it. You are not alone. More stories coming. Stories that inspire,